Hello, ladies and gentlemen. Myself, Dr. Priya Parekh, a skin specialist by profession, a researcher, a trainer to train the doctors, but by passion, someone who loves to be part of change. Change for the betterment of myself as well as society. Today, I'll be speaking heart to heart because I think that's the only way we can connect in an unedited and a straightforward way. Don't you think? Change is the only constant, has been the mantra of my life. Otherwise, what's the difference between you and the tree and a dinosaur? We need to change, we need to evolve constantly. Like every other girl born in India, as well as some places globally, I was a true feminist. Now, feminism has different definitions, but there was a small whisper when I was born. There was no male child. Who will take the surname ahead? My parents raised me well, trust me. But that made me determined that I will be someone who will be better than any man. I'll be independent. I'll be self-reliant. And so on and so forth. I was always known for my clear thoughts, straightforward nature. But there came a time when I realized that our culture is too deep-rooted. Might as well, I can say a little adamant. Because we don't like changes. One of them is patriarchy. I'm sure everybody knows what is patriarchy. Don't cry like a girl. You're a boy. Be strong. You're the man of the house. Why are you wearing pink? It is so girlish. Don't enter the kitchen. That's not your place. Haven't we all heard this? Also, on the other hand, somehow we have discounted the EQ, emotional quotient, in our children. We are constantly telling them not to express, don't cry, don't speak loudly, don't hate. It goes on. Emotionally stunting our kids. I never understand that if you cannot express yourself, how is it that you're going to love, live, and laugh wholeheartedly? Don't you think so? Women empowerment is necessary. But do you really think that means we should belittle the men around us? One question kept haunting me. What happens to that empowered woman when she goes home to someone who doesn't understand empowerment? Imagine a successful lady, maybe one of us, is at 8 o'clock in the evening on a deadline for her presentation, but she's more worried that she has not cooked anything back at home. Who's taking care of the kids? And so on and so forth. But at the same time, if she was welcomed at home with an empowered family, don't you think her empowerment makes more sense? So in a country like ours, when a boy is born, we give him a title of king or a prince. An unseen crown is given to him. He's called the man of the house. He's responsible for everything. He takes the family decisions. A giant tag of superiority is given to him. He is the man who's going to take care of you, who's going to take all the decisions. And he's not asked for this superiority. Let me tell you, you have given it to him. And such entitlement can go in anyone's head. It can be any gender, right? In short, what we've done is this prince is now dependent for all his chores on others because his wishes are commands of his parents and the people around him. Even a glass of water is handed over to him. He doesn't go to the kitchen also. In addition, we have a culture where children stay with their parents till their 30s and 40s. Trust me, I'm not against joint family, not at all. But if it's making your child incapable of taking decisions, or worst, following traditions and culture blindly, which has been followed for the last decades, don't you think it is something to worry about? We are just passing on things. What I'm trying to say here is, again, the change which needs to happen over generation is not happening. Now, when this prince is ready to become the king, that is, he's ready to get married, he's excited because a new individual is going to enter his life. But he doesn't know that she is the empowered woman. Just the way he was brought up with the God syndrome because everything was given to him, she is brought up with a warrior syndrome. Imagine what is going to happen in this relationship. He knows that he has to stamp his superiority over her because that's what he's grown up with. And she is totally empowered, like every other daughter we all have. That can burden the relationship very badly. And I don't think to really say that separately, right? Being tough becomes a survival strategy for both of them. Because one is having a God syndrome, one is having a warrior syndrome. They have to be tough. We haven't given the men the tools to this empowered woman, adapting to this new thing, new culture, which is today. Now, this modern king has to help his spouse in the kitchen, maybe grocery shopping, maybe take care of the kids, but he is not trained for it. Is he? And that's where the problem happens. I realize that the entire globe is working on empowering women, which is necessary. But women empowerment is incomplete if we don't empower her better half. We have to empower the men too. Right? An independent daughter, when gets married to someone who doesn't understand empowerment, I think it's a complete waste of energy, resources, and everything. Her empowerment is literally nullified. And that's when me and my team started Me to We Mission 2034. It means men empowerment to adapt to the empowered women. Trust me, when I uttered the word men empowerment, I faced a lot of humiliation. I was ridiculed. What are you doing? Are you crazy? And trust me, ironically, there were more of women who did that. Why do men need empowerment? Aren't they superior? And I said, aren't you the one who gave them that tag? Did they ask? No, they didn't. You gave it to them. We started celebrating International Men's Day. How many of you all are aware when is International Men's Day? I can see one hand is raised. I am so glad. This is music to my ears that some people know. It is 19th of November. Not many even know about it. Many times men come to me and complain that, Doc, we always wish all the women on 8th of March. We even give them rose, we felicitate. But they don't come and wish us. Never. They don't even know that 19th November is International Men's Day. Something to think about, right? In 2021, we released 2 short films. One was regarding paternity leave in India. Does anyone in the audience know there's a concept of paternity leave in our country also? Thank you. How many of you all have actually availed it? I can see 2 hands. Amazing. Rest of them are probably not fathers yet. One sweet box distribution is what we belittle the feelings of a new father for his newborn child. Don't you think? I've also heard bosses telling, what will you do? It's a mother's job. Why you won't leave? And then I said that educated doesn't mean empowered. It's two different things. What we tried to show in this film was we cannot discount the feelings of a new father. We have to give him an opportunity to express himself because he's the one who is later on expected to take care of the child. He has to connect, right? He has to bond. The next film was about a festival which is celebrated in my country where a sister ties a holy thread to the brother, and the brother in turn is expected to protect her for life, to provide for her, and obviously give expensive gifts. What we tried to show here is it's a two-way thing. You cannot have just one-way traffic there. The time comes when the brother needs that support, that help. The sister has to stand up and support him. Don't expect just one-way thing because that's a burden. Imagine a brother who cannot provide so much. And sometimes he needs support and he's just all alone standing because he cannot even show that he is under pressure. Or he cannot even cry. In 2022, just the year which went by, we spoke about two things. One was stereotyping. We stereotype everything. Food, vehicles, even colors. We've not left colors also. Pink is just a color. Don't stereotype gender with it. Why? Boys can wear pink too. I've just recently seen in one of the gatherings, the mothers were complaining, oh, my girls are supposed to wear blue frock. It is such a boy color. Oh my God, really? I didn't know that. So what is yellow, pink, green or any other colors? What are they? In our every event, we try and make sure that the men wear pink as a dress code. They're very hesitant, reluctant. But post the event, they have come to me and said that, thank God you made us purchase it. I look fabulous in pink and I don't know why I never purchased it. It was a mental block. We've thrusted upon their minds, right? Pink is for girls, right? The next thing we spoke about in 2022 was men can cry. Yes, you heard it right. Men can cry. They are human beings too. Ears, they have tear ducts, they have everything. Men can cry. I think thanks to our Bollywood, we need to keep on now telling people that men can cry. Please. We did a small workshop with 27 men and I asked them a simple question. Have you cried? Everybody raised their hands. I said, good. I followed up saying, have you cried in front of someone? And all hands went down. But nobody. Imagine if someone cannot even express themselves or cry in front of someone, how do you expect that person to understand your emotions? Because you are expecting that from him. Right? Everybody complains, my husband doesn't understand me. Have you initiated to understand his feelings? Or give him the liberty to cry in front of you? In 2023, we are going to talk about something very interesting. It's a topic which has not been discussed, neglected for that matter. So let's talk puberty with boys. Let me ask a very simple question. How many of you all, the men, were told about puberty by your fathers? Just one hand. I am very happy, sir. Let's flip the question. Are you prepared to talk about puberty with your son? I can hear some yes. I'm so happy. Thank you. But I want everyone to do that, right? Because puberty is something which all genders go through. And just because you don't bleed doesn't mean it is stressful, right? It is a stressful change. It's a very stressful change. And who better than a father to explain what's going to happen? I taught my daughter that if you want respect, earn it, don't demand it. So she asked me, will I have to respect my husband because he's the husband? I said, no. He also will have to earn that respect. You cannot demand anyone respect. You know, these young kids, they ask you such complicated questions. But how will this happen? It's not me only or my mission who's going to work. It's you and me who have to work together for this change. We have the power to create this change. We all want an empowered son-in-law, an empowered husband, an empowered couple and family and so on. But nobody wants to work for it. Why? Isn't it our job to provide this empowered environment for our children? And that's why I said men empowerment is necessary, is the need of the hour, and we both, you and me, have the power to do it. I hope I have sparked some curiosity about this topic. Thank you so much. Thank you.